Kulturan radio u emisiji Cirkuski špijun donosi razgovor s urguvajskom cirkuskom umjetnicom Catalinom Aquajo. Kroz program Nacionalne cirkuske platforme u 2024. organiziran je Laboratorij za zračne cirkuske umjetnice i umjetnike. Laboratorij se u ovoj godini odvijao kroz 3 modula u Splitu i Velikoj Gorici, a namijenjen je umjetnicama i umjetnicima zainteresiranima za istraživanje kreativnosti, oslobađanje od nametnutih formi, jačanje individualnih kvaliteta i pronalaženje autentičnosti. Nakon završetka posljednjeg ovogodišnjeg modula, uhvatili smo trenutak s voditeljicom laboratorija, Catom Aquajo, cirkuskom umjetnicom iz Urugvaja koja trenutno živi i radi u Barceloni. Catalina je 2016. godine osnovala grupu Tanka, koju je Nacionalni institut za izvedbene umjetnosti proglasio umjetničkom skupinom od kulturnog interesa za Urugvaj. 2017. godine odlazi u Francusku gdje završava Cirkusku akademiju Lido u Toulouseu, pri kojoj se specijalizirala za statični trapez. Suosnivačica je cirkuske skupine Olga Cirque Analogique, koja je s predstavom LP Long Play bila nominirana za laureata Cirkus Nexta u ediciji 2020-2021. Kao pedagoginja radi od 2008. godine, a 2018. pokreće godišnji laboratorij za zračne cirkuske umjetnike i umjetnice u zadruzi Labonita u Barceloni. S Catom smo razgovarali o njenim umjetničkim početcima u Urugvaju, iskustvu Cirkus Nexta, izazovima s kojima se susreće kao cirkuska umjetnica, izvorima inspiracije za rad, te naravno o laboratoriju, ciljevima koji se žele postići njegovim održavanjem, njenim utiscima vezanim uz suradnju s polaznicama laboratorija, te o novom projektu Olge Cirque Analogique. I'm always afraid that it's not going to happen for me. Okay, first, if you could just shortly introduce yourself, your name, surname, who are you actually connected to arts and...
Okay, so my name is Catalina actually, and I'm seeing my phone is ringing.
Go there.
Okay, so my name is Catalina, and I'm from Uruguay originally, but I've been living in Europe for like 12 years now, first in France, where I did a circus school called Lido in Toulouse, and then I moved to Barcelona where I live now. My background, I started doing gymnastics when I was very little. I was 6 years old and I did like 10 years of that. And then I started circus in Uruguay, mainly aerials at the beginning. And I did a school in Argentina, then I moved to France to do Lido. And I specialized in trapeze, fixed trapeze. But then for a long time now, like the last 10 years maybe, I've been focusing also a lot in contemporary dancing on the side besides circus. Well, when I started circus, it was getting born. Like we were really like maybe 20 people. I don't know, no, not 20, but 50 people doing circus there. I was 16 when I started, and people kind of adopted me. But I was a kid and I was very curious, and because I was a gymnast for a very long time, it was I was a fast learner, I guess, and I realized quite fast that in Uruguay, if I wanted to study and learn more, that I had to leave Uruguay, because back in the time it was very there were maybe 2 places, and it was very, I don't know, we were learning watching videos of Cirque du Soleil in the computer, like it was very, very getting born, very fresh. So I decided to go away to learn in other places in South America who were more developed, like Argentina, for example. I think it was a very particular timing because it was COVID. We were in Circus Next during the pandemic, so it was a very special way of doing it. a bit frustrating because we were doing like the selection by video and meeting the partners by video and the other artists. So I think we were missing the personal connection a bit. And then there was a very nice side who was traveling actually, because we had done the school in France and we were very France focused, but we are not from France. So we were curious to see what was going on in circus in other countries. So to be able to come here, and we traveled a lot during the creation. And I think that was the nice part, to build a network, to know other realities of circus in other countries, and to bring our work, that we were trying to make it more universal and not French, you know. So it was nice, this part of bringing our work to other places with other realities. But then the circus next thing, I think it was good for creating the show, but it stood there. Like after we did the premiere of the show and the show was done, we couldn't like keep developing this network. So that was the kind of the frustrating part, that it ended up with the creation, but then we didn't feel like it really kept the connections with the people we met, you know. So for example, to come here again with the workshops is nice because it's a way of keep going further with these relationships that we build. Other partners, we have the feeling that we kind of lost them. So that was tricky, a bit disappointing. I think one challenge is artistic. Still, it depends on the country, but in Spain there's still this idea of circus, a very specific idea of circus, no? For all family and with a lot of circus disciplines and fun and colorful. And what we do with my company is really hybrid. It's a bit theater, a bit dance, a bit live music, a bit circus. So sometimes this is tricky, the artistic part, because people they don't know where to put us as a category. So it's nice, it's difficult to find partners that really are open to this kind of new circus that is mixing up lots of languages and that gets a bit far from what we understand as circus in a traditional way, no? This is a big challenge for us to get to understand in which category we can get, and where are the partners that are open to this kind of new way of creating. And the other one is financial. Yeah, I think that's tricky for everyone in this time, to find partners, to find founding, because it takes a lot of time to create a show. But then once you have your show and you want to show it, I think that's the tricky part, what I was saying before, no? Like to find the theaters that want to program this kind of things, and also find the financial support to make this work, and to make programmers to see your show and then know it and be able to make it I think in the world, in arts, maybe mainly in music, dancing and performance, plastic art sometimes, not so much in circus. But I think also what inspires me most to create is like life. I think what we try to do with Ale in our company, it's a circus that it's kind of a mirror of society. That's what we want to do, you know. So inspired, I think, communities and people's stories, and especially minorities, because we are migrants and we have our personal stories of being minorities, so we get a lot of inspiration of this, what's going on with our friends, with our communities, and just to make mirrors where people can identify, especially people that is not represented usually on stage or in art world. think it's more that than seeing plays that inspire me. Yeah. What's the main goal? I think the main goal is like to get a little bit away from the traditional way of learning circus and to build together with the students something that a platform where people can push really forward their own authenticity, to find their own way of doing things and to make it better and better. Like to get out of, because I think circus has this way of being taught that it's important when you begin, but then it can be tricky. There's a lot of copying forms and learning that there's a good way of doing things and we should all approach that and get closer to that form in order to do things well. So what I propose is kind of the opposite, like what are you, what do you have originally in you that is different from everyone else, and how can we make it grow so you're the best doing your own thing and you're different from everyone because no one is you. So I think the lab is a space to develop that. Then the method is really a mixture of a lot of dancing, because I've been working on dance a lot of research of movement, finding your movement of your own, and also creating a solid group, like a safe space where people can feel in confidence to really go deep in their personal research and get personal also. It's been nice, it's been, I don't know, I have the feeling they're very thankful. That's why I feel that they keep saying that there's not a lot of that kind of work here, so they appreciate it a lot. And I like that because I'm from South America, which is also, it's even more like this than here. And I think in Europe sometimes people are used to have things like really close and really easy because there's so much of everything, and so it's obvious to have this kind of things, this kind of tools near. So when you go to a place when it's more appreciated, I don't know, it's nice to have the feeling that things are really appreciated and not taken by granted, you know, that this exists and you can get it everywhere. I see quite a good level in the circus technique, you know, in the aerials. I think they're really strong, their technique. I really like what they do, and I think they have bodies that are really ready to get new information because they're well trained. Maybe it's the stage work that needs a little more attention and time, the stage presence work, the theater part, and also, but this is my point of view, I think dancing is very important to fit circus because it organizes the body in a very smart way that then you can take to any discipline. So maybe I would say like some dance training also, like, mainly things that come from other scenic arts and not so much the circus part, because that part I think is quite solid. I don't know if surprised, but it's nice to see those bodies moving in the air, like really well trained. The lab, the program I give in Barcelona is 2 years of lab, because for me it's what I said before, not to build a solid group and to go really deep with the materials is important, because sometimes in 1 week you don't have time to really make people understand what you're trying to say. Yeah. So going back to the same materials and pushing them forward is really nice. The second year of the program in Barcelona is really important because it's more about taking all the tools that you took in the first year and actually do something with them. So more creating actually things with those tools. And what I want to do here next year is kind of the second year in Barcelona.
Okay. Yeah.
A little bit shorter.
Yes.
But yes, like I felt now we have done the third lab, and I have the feeling the bodies are starting to transform, and that they are starting to understand actually what we are doing and why and what is this and the potential it has. So I think now they're ready to actually put it in service of creation, and not just the experience of it, but how can we use this and put it on stage and create something.
Nice. Do you plan some kind of public presentation on the end?
I don't know. We have to see the schedule. Yeah, in Barcelona we do, but we have like one whole year, no?
Yeah,
so we
yeah.
do like 5 modules first of classes, and then we do 2 more modules to create a show, and we finish with a show.
Yeah,
This is
nice.
really nice.
This could be nice also here. Yeah.
Let's see. We are starting a new show, little by little. Yeah.
What it's about, if we can know.
Yeah, it's called Utopia for a Landscape in Ruins, and it's before the end of the world is ending, so it's 5 scenes, the show, and each scene is a different way of waiting for the end.
Very appropriate for the moment, yes, that we are at.
Yeah. So basically it's that. For now it's really in paper, we haven't done any residency, we are starting now in October to look for body materials, but it's still, because it's still us, we are doing the music on stage like the other time, but the other time was very techno, very club music, and this time we wanted to be like more ambient, more organic, more noisy music, and also a lot with the voices, because we both sing. And then we want to do something that is more easy to put everywhere. Maybe not for the streets, but there's no trapeze, there's another, like a truss that we hang, so it can be for lower
spaces.
rooms. Yeah, something that we can transport more easily. The other one had 2 trapezes, so it was tricky at the end. So the idea is that we can play it kind of everywhere.
Okay, good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Emisija kulturnog radija Cirkuski špijun radijski prati aktivnosti Nacionalne cirkuske platforme. Razgovor vodila, uvod i odjavu pročitala Jadranka Žinić-Mijatović. Snimio, tonski obradio i uredio Ratko Bokić. Kulturan radio. Cirkorama.